I'm not proud of it. And I trapped women in that world. No one's gonna love you the way I do. I'm ashamed of it. And that's what makes me angry when I see my brothers do that. We can't do that to the women that have done so much for us, to even exist. I did that. I robbed some women of their baby-making years, dragging them along. They built me up. Look at me now, and look at them. It's horrific, man.
This episode of What's Underneath Masculinity is made possible with the support of BetterHelp.
If you want to start therapy, give BetterHelp a try and head to betterhelp.com/what'sunderneath for 10% off your first month. How are you feeling right now?
I'm trying to rediscover my why right now. So I'm very happy to just be in a space like this. This is what we want as people, as humans, is what we want as artists, to be unabashedly genuine and transparent, to be heard, seen, appreciated. So thank you. This is a horsetail switch. This is my dad's switch. He had a couple.
Pretty beautiful.
Yeah.
Can you talk about what your style says about you?
My style is giving like African matador, African mariachi, with a hint of Hasidic Jewish fashion. I'm from like a conservative hip hop time, you know, in the 90s. You didn't explore too much until like Outkast came around, and Andre 3000, style icon, you know, showed us the shades of a man, the shades of masculinity. Before that, I was just dressing like 50 Cent. I used to really talk like this, because that's how I thought, you know what I mean? I say over there, I never pronounce my R's. But Andre comes around, and this dude got the bandana, shirtless, high-waist pants, little wigs in hip-hop, wigs? Nah, unheard of. The thing that made him like a man to me was that he wasn't doing this to look better than you. He was doing this to represent his inner shadow self, light self, all at the same time. So I thought that was beautiful, and he changed my life. Bit by bit, I started realizing I don't have to act like this jock or this gangster. That was the first big moment in my life where I let go of society. Mr. John Narciso.
Amazing hat.
Can you talk a little bit about the assumptions that people make about you based on how you appear?
I think the biggest assumption people make about me is that I'm put together. Like, I'm not a mess. I'm a fucking mess. I have plenty of things that I'm just not proud of. I step outside, my hair is done, maybe the nails is done, got a clean fit for the day, excited, and they think I have no problems. You know, he's good, man. He's sorted.
So do you feel like you wear things that make you look quote unquote put together, like to help you with the messy feeling?
Maybe, actually, therapist, I appreciate you. You know, now I might paint my nails or have makeup on my face, and they'll be like, oh, he's probably gay. They don't know how to deal with that. Just men afraid of intimacy. Men afraid of the attraction they feel to other men that doesn't have to be sexual. My homies would be like, man, you look clean today, bro. Clean. Okay. But they may not say, I like how the makeup makes your eyes sparkle, bro. Your nails are pretty. You look amazing. You look stunning. We don't say that, but that's how they feel. And they're afraid. And I like being that for those kind of guys. I had to make sense of that when I was a boy. Like, why did I want to watch Idris Elba in The Wire? Like, why did I like how he looked? That's something that needs to be taught to boys so that they can feel free to go however they want. Because that boy is gonna grow up and I'll bottle all that shit up. No telling what he's gonna do, regardless of his sexual orientation. And he's going to punish probably women more than anybody else. Because it's terrifying being a boy. I think I can speak for a lot of young boys, but I'll definitely speak for young black boys. The fear is being marginalized even more than you already are.
When you talked about assumptions, you said that people don't realize that you're a mess and that you have all these things about yourself that you're not proud of. What are some of those things?
I feel like I have severe imposter syndrome. Like, I'm not really a musician. I constantly think about how I'm not good enough or I'm not deserving of what I have. I can't do more because this is where my little success I've gotten, this is okay. And that has had a huge damper on my career in the last few years. I've had a series of just like L's this year. I did the worst rollout I've ever done. I never really even released some of the videos that we shot. The most recent thing was I just hopped off tour with one of my best friends and creative partners, Jidenna. She was and is putting on a stellar show, her best of her life. The tour was called The Age of Pleasure, and I was in the age of pain. We never got it together. We were fighting so hard to put on a show that was somewhere on par with our previous. Every night we were just bombing. I cried on stage. 8,000 people in Minneapolis. First time I've cried publicly in my life. 8,000 people, first time. My friends, there's people around me that hadn't seen me cry. And it was a huge moment for me to do that because I left from that tour and flew back to LA in 2 days. When I was a kid, what it meant to be an artist is not what it means to be an artist today. The demand for content has changed all of our lives. Now, to be an artist, there's certain things you need to do. Everybody that's working is feeding the algorithm like weekly, if not daily. So it's deeply saddening because this is not the artist I wanted to be.
Who is the artist you wanted to be?
Man, more like a hermit that comes out from the tree trunk every now and then. Like Kendrick Lamar, of course. Yeah, I wanted to be one of those guys. I go away, I grow, I learn, and I come back with the new version of myself.
Magic.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I make it. So I feel good about some of it. But I'm definitely like, damn, I still want to give this to like millions and billions of people. That's partially why I feel like a fraud. Like I haven't reached as many people as I believe I'm supposed to. But I do think my spirit wants more, but I don't want to give my ego the edge because it'd be saying some wild shit to me. If I couldn't see as many people's reality TV show, I might actually be at least more okay with where I'm at. My ego, though, will see an artist online, and then, I'll look at my life like, damn, my life ain't as cool. But how ridiculous is that? The other day, I was producing with my homie, and then in the background was my lovely lady playing Call of Duty in an exposed brick, concrete slated, well-decorated loft that I dreamed of having when I was a child. When I was like, I'm gonna be a cool adult one day. That life, what I just described, that's a dream. You mean to tell me that there's something more that you need to do, bro? You need to tell me that's not success? Oh my God, bro, why do I keep doing this?
The whole system and everything tells you that you're in the big show, you're doing this big thing, all these outer external things that validate you and make you feel like you're worthy, but actually you are completely worthy already, and your truth is just so loud inside of you that it's impossible for you to betray yourself.
I can't tell you how much that means to me. I cannot, you said it is impossible now for me to betray myself. It is impossible now for me to betray myself. The reason why that's so poignant for me, because it's the opposite of being an imposter. Can I tell you how good of a liar I have been in my life? I know how to tell a good lie. You tell 98% of the truth and then 2% is a lie. That's how you become a good liar. I used to lie for sport just because it was fun. I didn't realize I just enjoy manipulation. I'm an excellent manipulator. I didn't understand yet how to relate to women in a way that wasn't like exploitative. And I would find different ways to make them feel that what they said I was doing was not happening. To make them feel like, oh, he is listening. Actually, he does want to talk. I was with an emotionally absent guy before him. That he's acting with his heart. Actually, that's sweet. Like, I got them to think that. Instead of what was really happening was what they were saying. I'm a man in this world. You do things on my time, when I want it. I want to talk about it now. Don't walk away from me. Do not walk away from me. Instead of, hey, she just said she needed time to process. Nah, and that's what I did. One time I was dating this woman. I was feeling hot, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cry for her and see if she hears me. It wasn't a real cry. I just made tears come out. If you were creative, I folded you into my artwork. If you were in my artwork, I gave you a job. I gave you a job. I mastered your life. I gave you a house, food, everything you needed. I protected and provided for you. I did what men are supposed to do. You know, I remember different quotes I said, like just like really manipulative things to say, like, no one's gonna love you the way I do. My God. My God, man, how could I do that to black women? I'm ashamed of it. And that's what makes me angry when I see my brothers do that. I understand it, but I can't have that anymore. We can't do that to the women that have done so much for us, to even exist. I did that. I robbed some women of their baby-making years, dragging them along. They built me up. Look at me now, and look at them. It's horrific, man.
Was there like a rock bottom with this pattern of manipulation?
I was famous. I had a house, a big rapper crib in Atlanta. I had 2 girlfriends at the same time.
Did they know about each other?
Yeah, I was in a polyamorous relationship. I was doing what I thought was, that shit was amazing. I'm like, I'm living a life, bro. I made it. I made it. I thought I was humble, but I was fake humble. I wasn't humble then. And then when we broke up, man, there's 3 hearts involved. And then anybody else that you open up to had small flings here and there. So it's a constellation. It's not just the 3 of you. You got other people involved, other strings. All them hearts broken, done. That's, oof. Monogamy, I've had my heart broken, but having multiple at the same time, I hit rock bottom after that. I didn't believe I was worthy of love. And I saw myself for the first time. All the things I'm saying now, woo, horror. That look in the mirror, like you on a hero dose of shrooms. It could be beautiful, or it could be, you can see all of you. And that was what sent me on a whole journey to read about masculinity. That changed my relationship to women that I was in love with. That process was me reading and seeing the examples, and I'm like, oh, that was me. I gotta go back to childhood and remember where I learned that. Bit by bit, I stripped myself of my former self. And I swore that the next relationship that I would get in, I would work as hard at love as I worked in my career. So I'm thinking about every moment and I'm replaying it a lot. Did I interrupt you too much last night? I know I drank a little bit, but did I talk too much? Did you not get a word in? I'm a little neurotic with it, and she tells me and reminds me. But that's what you do in business. That's what you do as an athlete. They have a press conference every day. You only got 3 steals today, bro. What happened? So every night I got my own little press conference, like, what did you do today? Whatever do better is, what does that look like tomorrow? And that constant work has enabled me to honestly feel a lot of joy in this relationship.
We know you're really gripped by the story you're hearing, but we just wanted to interrupt this episode very quickly to tell you a little bit about our incredible sponsor, BetterHelp.
So we both absolutely love therapy.
We're actually obsessed with therapy.
We're obsessed with therapy.
It's pretty much all we talk about.
It's all we talk about.
Literally.
Therapy helps you to see yourself and to reparent yourself. Whatever you didn't get, you can give to yourself. I think it should almost be a requirement. I mean, why do we brush our teeth?
Why do we go to the gym?
Why do we learn math? I don't know, and not understand who we are. I feel like we'd have a very different world if everyone was in therapy. And thanks to BetterHelp, it is available to everyone at affordable rates.
BetterHelp is entirely online, and it's designed to be very convenient and flexible to suit your schedule. All you have to do is just fill out a brief questionnaire, and you'll be matched with a licensed therapist that meets your needs. And if for any reason you're not satisfied or you want to switch therapists, you can do so for no extra charge at any time. Visit betterhelp.com/what'sunderneath for 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/what'sunderneath for 10% off your first month.
And now back to the episode.
When's the last time you made a mistake that you had to apologize for?
One time she came home, she had brought some like little snacks she thought I might like. And I immediately talked about the health issue. I'm like, this one has 27 grams of sugar. Why did you get it? I'm not on that diet right now. I'm not eating bread, but you got. And she took it fine, but I started thinking about it. I'm like, bro, why did you do that? Say thank you first. Say, I appreciate you for thinking about me. Or eat it. She loves you. Eat that fake Newton with that 27. Just eat it. You'll be fine. I said sorry in the morning. She says, oh, you're so sweet. You're thinking about this. It wasn't a big deal. But I said, no, it is, because that adds up. That adds up in a relationship. You start feeling underappreciated. I'm not even just ashamed. If you multiply me by how many billion men are on the planet, that's a lot of this going on, and that angers me. The amount that women have to rally together just for men to fucking listen to them, that angers me. It angers me that I was a part of that, thinking I was all progressive and shit. I lied. A lot of us are like that. Little bohemian ass, cool looking, wear our hair, asymmetrical ass, like, yeah, I went to the Women's March. Shut up. You're the fucking same. You're just sophisticated about it. Stop doing that shit.
When do you feel the most vulnerable?
When I am around famous people, like particularly famous artists. I don't know what award show I was going to, but I had to walk the red carpet, and I'm ready to strut, do my thing, and all of a sudden, Megan Thee Stallion, I'll just see all the cameras go, oh, just make Megan Thee Stallion, man. Oh, just make Megan Thee Stallion. Damn, she just took all my damn shine. And man, she does look great. And I'll just wait here, and then like somebody's like, you can keep going. Like, they don't even care, they're not even looking at me. The way I feel in those moments, so awkward. I was such a shy boy. All that shit comes on, and then all my poses look weird. And I look back at the Getty images, and I don't look good. Like, I love myself, I'm beautiful, but those pictures, that ain't it. And those are the moments that happen so often. I'm in a studio, these rappers, like, man, I've been in the studio with a lot of people, I'm not gonna name no names. The culture of a lot of the studio is extremely, it can be shady. The rapper walks around with all of his minions, and they listen to every word that comes out of his mouth. Every joke is funny. And there's two women that come in the room, and everyone's like, all the posture changes, the Red Bulls and Henny comes out, somebody puts a gun on the table for no reason. I'm uncomfortable by the way that you're talking about these women, but I'm just letting it happen, like all the other men in this damn room. It's just like the drama of it, I'm just sitting back like, these are my heroes. I'm trying to be cool, like, we're playing my music, which I'm really, that's when I really feel vulnerable. Playing my music. Golly, I don't want to hear my music around myself. Just, so I'm in there, little guy, just like, I hate that shit. I don't like that world at all. If you look at my career, I didn't collaborate much because I couldn't do that. Now, oh man, I can't wait to go in those rooms. I will tell somebody if I'm nervous. If I'm meeting my idol, I'm like, woo, man, I just went to the bathroom and did one of these to meet you, bro. For real, like, I actually farted 4 feet, like, behind. Like, I've done that since I was a kid. I'm very flatulent, so pleasure to meet you. I'll take them through exactly what I'm feeling. And if a woman comes in the room, I greet her with eye contact instead of letting her walk around like a prop. Why are you talking about these women like they cattle? And if I don't like the whole environment, like, stop this high school shit. And I don't care who you are. You can be top of the game.
What do you love the most and struggle to love the most about your body?
I struggle to love my chicken legs. When I was a kid, I wore baggy jeans. I remember going to college, the first woman I brought, when I took off my clothes, and she's like looking, okay. I take off my pants, and she's like, wow, I thought your body was bigger than it was. And that shit killed me. I felt like, damn, like, she doesn't love my body. I don't love my body. It changed, though. But, it didn't change from acceptance. It changed from lifting weights. For a lot of men, we measure our power in terms of what we do in the world, what our net worth is, I got all these songs talking about broke niggas and all the way back to No Scrubs, which we love that song, but that's reinforcing patriarchy. Maybe I'm not worthy of sex. Maybe I gotta overcompensate. I gotta give it to her. I gotta show her I'm a man. Is it okay to be soft? Putting paint on your nails is just putting paint on your nails. Putting paint in your eyes is just putting paint on your eyes. Who's to say wearing extra earrings is somehow even feminine? You know, traditionally in Nigeria, I had to wear a skirt when I was like 6 years old and dance with these cowrie shells or these on my ankles. Boys and girls wore the same thing, we were just dancing. Just because you wear a skirt, it actually doesn't mean you're gender bending. There's those of us who, the skirt's not even a gender thing in the first place.
Why in your body, in your skin, in your journey, why is it a good place to be?
Even though in my career I've battled with imposter syndrome, when I walk through my life right now, I feel real. I feel like people can feel it, it's tangible. And that feels great because I can connect with somebody. It just, that feels so much better than the way I was walking through life before with armor. I don't need the armor anymore. I am the armor. You know, I have enough. My aura is it.
What does it mean to be man enough?
Dang, why are you man enough? I'm man enough because I'm enough. I'm man enough because I'm human enough. If I identify as a man, and I do, very much, very proud to be a man. I love being a man. It feels good to love. It feels good to be sensual. It feels good to find what it means to me to be a man and not have to compare myself to other men. That feels great. My whole life I was comparing. You may not even want to be a man. And ironically, that'll be you being man enough in my book by saying, I want to be a woman. I just want you to feel human. And if you feel that and you live that proudly, that's the closest you get. And I feel great about that. That's why I'm man enough. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, how do you feel now?
I feel comfortable. And my prayer over this conversation, this dialogue, is that little boys around the world can truly feel free from the emotional straitjacket that they're in. And we can create a world where women feel safe because boys have figured out how to feel safe with themselves. And that men have helped them to feel that. Because I don't know what my life's gonna be worth. But I really hope it's something that's worth anything, any contribution to that.